One of the strangest creatures I've seen is the porcupine puffer fish. Now, check out this one swimming around. There's two of them here, and they were not afraid of us. And they just swam in circles on their sides. This is the only time I've ever seen this happen. So I'm wondering, what is going on? Is it time for spawning? Are they sick? What's going on here? So it was hilarious. They just kept circling us, coming closer sometimes. A totally strange time with the porcupine pufferfish. This white spotted puffer just hung around all the people and acted like it was friendly and wanted to be fed. These are two stonefish I found underneath one piece of coral at Rytidian. And stonefish are some of the most dangerous creatures, not just the strangest looking things, but they are full of venom, especially in their top spines. And if you happen to step on that top spine, it will be like a shot going into your foot. So there's one right there in the sand at Family Beach, which we speared and removed because a bunch of kids were playing in the water right there. This one was found at Epow Beach, just out in the deeper water. But still, a lot of people go barefoot, and that's why I always wear shoes in the ocean. This fish is in the scorpion fish family, which is the family of fish that the stonefish is in, and it's probably venomous as well. In fact, sometimes you really can't see them too well. I remember one time I grabbed one right on top of the coral like this one is, but I missed the spines, thankfully. I found three strange creatures under this rock. A big porcupine puffer, and can you see the stonefish just to the left? And two lionfish. And I didn't see that stonefish right away. Good thing I didn't accidentally bump into it. Now it's right underneath that pufferfish. Right there is the stonefish. Here is another lionfish I saw in another place. It's a beautiful large one, and it was out. A lot of times they stay under rocks during the day, but this one was out, showing us all his beauty. They also have venom. This is a mantis shrimp that let me take his picture sitting in his hole. It's kind of a small little guy, and his legs are folded up, but he has very, very sharp claws. This is a much larger mantis shrimp that I found in the sand, and I speared it, and I took it home and ate it. It's kind of like lobster, but not quite as much meat. This is a tube worm. It spreads its mucus all over the coral, and then it pulls it back in to collect all the food particles off of it. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen into this tube worm or vermetid shell pulling something back in. So I was very happy with this video. This is another type of tube worm called a Christmas tree worm. Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the snail inside the arthritic conch. You can see the two long eyes that stick out. That's its foot, that big ugly thing that it hops around with. And then right there in the middle, that's its mouth where it sucks in all the algae on the reef. So he's looking at you right now. See how he's trying to turn himself over? And so that brown thing covers him up and protects him when he's turned over, exposed to whatever predator there might be. And it's kind of like the material in your fingernails, but his eyes on his eye stalks are pretty cool. This is another type of conch. This is a lettered cone. All cones have venom. This is a tiger cowrie with its mantle out, and they're quite common. Sometimes you can find them. Very pretty, large cowries. This is a sea slug. It's called the Spanish dancer. And they're hard to find, actually, during the daytime. They usually come out at night. But it's quite large, probably 6 to 8 inches. The front is to the right, and the back has kind of some white stuff sticking out. That's its gills, where it takes the oxygen out of the water. And of course you can tell why they call it the Spanish dancer. This is another sea slug crawling on my hand. They have such cool looking antennae that look like feathers. When sea cucumbers get scared or upset, they expel this white stuff, which is really sticky and hard to get off, and then they pull it back in. There are about 60 different kinds of sea cucumbers in Guam. If you want to just see a sea cucumber video sometime of all the sea cucumbers I can find, let me know in the comments. This is a synaptid sea cucumber. It's long and it has these things at the end that are really cool with the macro camera. And that is sea cucumber poop. This is a sea anemone that's kind of flat, and you can see two anemone shrimp in it. Here's another different color of anemone. This is another sea anemone with some anemone shrimp in it that have purple on it, and it's see-through, and it has white on it, and they're so cool to try to get close-up pictures of. They're only about an inch long, so it's nice when you can find them in a sea anemone. This hermit crab was covered in slime because he was trying to eat an arthritic conch, and he must have got slimed by the conch, but it's so funny watching him. Looks like he's eating the slime. I don't know. I took the arthritic conch and put it elsewhere because he was trying to eat it. We have several kinds of moray eels in Guam, and it's always cool to find them. But they do have sharp teeth. This giant moray I found right after I had caught and killed an octopus. So the octopus guts were sitting nearby. I got them. I put them on the end of my little stick, and moray eels love octopus, and they have very good smell. So I just put it outside his little hole there, waiting to see him eat them up. That's actually the ink sac. And see the delayed reaction of my surprise? Yes. He wanted some more. This octopus was calmly letting me videotape him, and then I reached around the other side of the hole and touched him. And watch how his eye changes when I touch him, and his suckers point out, because that's how they act when they're threatened. So look at him. He looks mad now. Sorry, little guy. He's like, what are you doing? Leave me alone. So there was the other side where I touched him. Please join me in this next video to see the strangest land creatures in Guam. And if you like that, please consider subscribing and smash that like button.